Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at tiny turbo cars. This is a racing game in which you will have a little toy car. You see, there's one made out of Lego bricks, there's one that looks like a Barbie car, one's a tank. They're little toys, and you're racing around on your floor. Look at that. It's on fire. Why is the floor on fire? You're in the kitchen, and there's trash everywhere. So it's a racing game. So what's the shtick? How does this racing game work? Well, it all works with your remote control, which is a little slide puzzle. I'll show you. The first thing you'll do when you're starting a game is you'll build a track. Now, this is a really short track, mostly because I want to fit it on the screen. You always have this end, and you have the start space here, but every space you could start here has a different tile to it, and there is all kinds of tiles that can be used in this game, and there's even smaller tiles that these open up and make thinner spots that you can put in between. So definitely there's a lot. I also want to point out, as we're taking a look at this, that I am showing you, I think, the deluxe version of it. This is why instead of tokens, there are wooden batteries, and there's also a lot of vehicles. You get to pick one of these cars at the beginning of the game. You'll take a card that tells you the special ability of that. So that symbol's counted twice. If you have 3 batteries, that equals move forward 2. And there's all kinds of different vehicles, all different toy vehicles. And I will say I'm a big fan of the art and how the whole game looks. This is the most important thing you're going to have. This is your controller. And again, this kind of looks neat, looks like a remote controller, but it's one of those slide puzzles that you probably played with as a kid. At the beginning of each round, you're going to turn it upside down and you're going to shuffle it before giving it to the next player. Now let me explain how shuffling works with these upside down and you can't see it. And the answer is, it doesn't. It really doesn't. You're better off, we just started playing with them upside down and kind of not really looking at it and shuffling it because you can see where the hole is at any given point. On the other side, that is a difficult task to do. Anyhow, you shuffle and give it to the next person. Then we say, ready, set, go. Now there's going to be a stack of these tokens here in the middle for the number of players, always starting with the happy and ending with the least. And everyone's just going to go like this. Start moving things around until you kind of have your programming. Your programming is going to be the middle 2 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're just going to go through that. Once you're happy with that, you'll take the top smiley face. Each person will do it. When we're down to the last one, everyone counts down to 10, and then that person's stuck. Also, they're going to lose a battery. In this game, batteries are life. If you ever lose 3 batteries, then your car is tipped over, and your next 3 actions, wherever you are just turning over batteries. So you'll skip these different actions. Now, what are these actions? When shown on the board, the black arrows are going to show move forward 1 space, or in this case, 2 spaces. You also have diagonal ones, the blue ones, where you'll be moving to the left and to the right, which will be confusing. You'll have to turn it like this to see which direction they move. You also have one that lets you move backwards. You have one that lets you ignore the first space. That's this one here. This lets you jump. You can get a battery. This adds 1 to the next thing. So you'll see here, instead of moving forward 2, I'm going to be moving forward 3. This subtracts 1 from the next one. You almost never want that one. This one here lets you shoot a missile straight ahead, doing a damage to all players in that same line, and then move forward once. And then turbo, you'll move forward basically the number of batteries that you have at that point in time. And that's it. This is also a nothing happens. So you're just rearranging these. Here's the thing though. There's also all sorts of terrain on the board, and all the different types of terrain will have different actions, which are listed here in the different racetrack elements. There's rugs. They each have a symbol next to them, so I can see that these are carpets. These symbols are practically impossible to see from a distance of 2 inches or more away. But you can kind of go by what the background is, like, oh, this is Sid from Toy Story's rug, so this is rug. And when you're on a rug, when you start there, your movement values change to exactly 1. And so there's a lot of different things like that. Also, if you hit the walls or hit other cars, you take damage, which again makes these turn over, which will cause you to, well, slow down and or have other things happen. That's it. When it's round's over, if nobody has won the race, you start another round, again by shuffling these. Also, like I said, each of the different cars has their own Special ability. So the Flying Wish, before programming, you may place or move a token on any free space on the track. You can enter it to do a +1 and then a jump. So this guy carries his own, well, he's a Flying Wish. So anyway, that's how you play. First one to the finish line is the winner. Man, this slide puzzle, I feel like when I was a kid, I got pretty good at slide puzzles. And I love moving the stuff around this slide puzzle. But honestly, this takes something that's kind of fun for kids. Some people hate these. And if you hate them, you're going to hate this game. Straight up. This alone will make you dislike the game. But even if you like these, I think you're not going to, because you get it randomly. Like the person randomly mixes it up, you get it and you'll go, that's a bunch of straights. I can live with that. Done. And someone else is sitting there going, well, I can't have this. This is not going to work. I got a -1 and then this, and then there's the go backwards. And so it's kind of like mixing Robo Rally, but with this really annoying thing. Again, I think I'm one of the bigger fans of slide puzzles out there, but in this particular instance, it's annoying and it's not a particularly good slide puzzle. And so that's the whole game. That coupled with the whole where I'm going, hang on, what does that symbol mean again? I really dislike that part of the game. And so every time you're going to be moving in turn order, and I'm like, okay, it's my turn to go. And I do like these markers. I like the battery markers. I like the upgraded version of this game. But I don't like the whole, okay, I move forward 1, then diagonally 2. Oh, it's that direction diagonally. I meant to go the other way. Oh, well. Now I'm going to jump. Now subtract 1. Now I'm going to shoot a missile, which hits you. You lose a battery. It's just, it feels like a lot of work for a little racing game. The idea of a fun racing game, even using this thing, sounds good in theory, but when you're using the slide puzzle, this is the game. And if you don't like this, you're not going to like the rest of it. I like a lot of Horrible Guilds games. I really do. I think they're interesting. They make fun racing games. But this one was kind of a miss for me. I'm giving this one a 5, and that's the deluxe version. Just because I felt like it was work figuring out who was where, when, and every race that we ran of this felt completely chaotic. It does not matter. You can be really good at this and get in the right spots, but if someone gets in your way, or somehow you get forced to the side or whatever, or you look at an arrow wrong, and your whole thing's messed up. And that's not racing, that's just chaos, and you hope at the end of the day, you're the farthest one ahead. Woo! I get it, but it's a game that I'm going to pass by for now. So that's Tiny Turbo Cars. I'm Tom Vasel, and you're racing with the Dice Tower.